From the Athens Tech Studios, this is the Athens News Podcast. Local news you can use about Athens and Clark County, all in 7 minutes. And now, here are your top stories.
The National Labor Relations Board announced that a union vote can proceed among Creature Comforts Brewery employees in Athens. The actual voting date is yet to be determined. Both Brewers Union of Georgia and Creature Comforts Management can propose election dates by September 7th. The board conducted a hearing to address the eligibility of certain employees to vote, following objections from management. The brewery, established in 2014 in Athens and known for beers like Classic City Lager, has expanded and plans to open a taproom in Los Angeles. Allegations of management interference in union efforts have previously arisen, leading to a board ruling in favor of the union based on employee testimony. This from the Athens-Banner Herald. The Athens-Clark County Board of Elections is set to vote on recommended voting locations for the 2024 presidential preference primary election, scheduled for March 12, 2024. The election regarding these locations will occur on September 12th at the Athens-Clark County Planning Auditorium. The proposed changes involved adjusting precinct boundary lines, relocating 6 polling stations within precincts, and adding a new polling station due to redevelopment and parking issues. Affected voters will receive new precinct cards 90 days before the primary election. Proposed sites were chosen based on work sessions, public hearings, and census data. Objections to changes should be submitted to the board before September 12th voting session. This from the Red and Black. Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump's campaign lawyer for the 2020 election, has been ruled liable for defaming 2 Georgia election workers by making false accusations about their handling of ballots. A federal judge's decision permits the case to proceed to trial for determining damages. Giuliani's concession that he made false statements didn't prevent the case from progressing. The judge found him liable for defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, civil conspiracy, and punitive damage claims. Giuliani has been ordered to reimburse the workers for legal fees. The lawsuit emerged from accusations made by Giuliani about mishandling of ballots during the 2020 election. This from the Athens-Banner Herald.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. At Athens Technical College, their programs can connect you with in-demand and high-paying careers.
I graduated from Athens Tech in May and started my job 2 weeks later. I had the job before I left, thanks to my professor, and just focusing on growing a career.
As far as Athens Tech, I think I've been a member of the advisory panel for 10 years now, and it's been an awesome experience.
I'm currently going to Athens Tech. I started out as an accounting major. I've finished all my accounting classes and then switched over to the culinary and baking program.
My name is Alex Lang. I'm an electromechanical engineering student. This is my second year at Athens Tech, and I graduate in December. The long-term goal is to work for the railroad, whether that be Norfolk Southern or CSX.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. Find out more at athenstech.edu.
Star Greason posted, "If this is your truck parked on the side of Waymonda Court, congratulations. You have prevented people from being able to back out of their driveway. Your truck doesn't even look like it belongs in the Cove, as it's all college kids in the Cove. If you or someone you know lives on Waymonda Court, please know this is not a parking spot. You park here, we are unable to back out of our driveways." There was a truck with a pull-behind trailer and it was in front of the house. Nick Tobias, call the police and let them try to find the owner or have it towed. Cole Chambers, I don't see the driveway. Katie Royer Green, our sweet neighbors put up cones directly across the street from our driveway. When they have people over once a week, the first time it happened, someone parked directly across from our driveway and my teenager hit the mailbox trying to avoid the car. Kenny Crystal Alford, number 1 rule, don't block driveways unless you are prepared for a tow bill. Georgia football players who had been sidelined due to injuries are returning to practice, including running backs Dejon Edwards and Kendall Milton. Edwards is practicing at full speed, albeit non-contact, and Milton has resumed practice without a non-contact jersey. The decision to play these players and others with minor injuries in the upcoming game against Tennessee Martin remains uncertain. The Bulldogs are facing a less challenging opponent, and they could opt for a cautious approach considering the upcoming season. The team's focus is on execution rather than outcomes. as they are introducing several first-time starters in various positions. This from KDH News. The University of Georgia's Summer Academy introduced Saga Junior, a STEAM-focused summer camp, thanks to grant funding from the Bobby Mueller SOM Service and Outreach Award. The camp targeted elementary and early middle schoolers, including students from the Alps Road Elementary and Clark County Middle Schools. The program aimed to engage students in active learning while developing critical skills affected by the pandemic. Saga Junior connected UGA with the Athens community, offering STEAM investigations on topics like space, animals, habitats, and biodiversity. UGA students took leadership roles as instructors and curriculum designers, gaining valuable experience for their future teaching careers. The camp aimed to inspire students' curiosity and readiness for classroom learning in the fall. This from WGAU. 40 Fest, an event at the 40 Watt Club, is celebrating historic Athens Executive Director Tommy Valentine's 40th birthday with a lineup of Athens-based musicians. Over 17 artists will perform at the 6-hour concert covering diverse music genres. Admission is free with a donation of any amount to local nonprofit Nucci Space, which focuses on the musician health and suicide prevention. Broadway singer Calvin Orlando Smith and Athens Music Walk of Fame inductee Issues will co-headline, along with R&B artist Cassie Chantel, indie pop artist Nicholas Malice, and rocker T. Hardy Morris. The event features additional performances from veteran and recent Athens acts. Valentine, previously a notable hip-hop promoter and rapper, is being celebrated for his contributions to the local music scene. This from the Athens-Banner Herald.
Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.